The key to being organized is preparations, and staying organized is an important component to my number one productivity and life mantra. Welcome back to another interesting video, my darlings. Thank you for clicking on this video. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I cooked 3 different Nigerian soups. 3 different amazing Nigerian delicacies. My darlings, yes, this is one of the ways that I bulk cook and manage time. I know I talked about the organized mom tips in my previous video, so please, my darlings, if you haven't seen that video, I'm going to drop the link in the description box. Kindly watch that video after you watch this one, of course. And I have another video of how I bulk cook for my family on a weekly basis, which is 1 week bulk cooking for my family of 4. I would also like you to watch that video if you're interested in bulk cooking video. I'll drop the link to that video as well in the description box. Okay, so my darlings, if this is your first time of coming across my channel, thank you very much for clicking on this video. I really do appreciate you a lot, and I would love you to join the family by subscribing to the channel. Okay, and after you do that, please do not forget to tap on the notification bell so you get notified each time I drop a new video. And to my return subscribers, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for the constant love and support shown to my channel. Okay, my darlings, now let's get into the video. Okay, like I mentioned earlier, my darlings, in this video I cooked 3 different Nigerian delicacies. Yes, I concentrated on just soups, okay, for this particular Saturday. So my darlings, what you see me doing here is uploading everything, from the sack bag that I got from the market. My darlings, I would have done a market vlog showing the prices of things in the market currently, okay, but I have lots of market vlogs already, and I will drop the links to those market vlogs in the description box as well. Please kindly watch them, okay? I mean, I have a lot of interesting videos, okay, so there are a whole lot, so you can just relax and enjoy watching Becky the Mommy this weekend, okay, my darlings? So yeah, I'm just uploading everything that I got from the market, and right after offloading, I started cooking immediately. Yeah, and my darlings, I don't joke with my sack bag. I always keep them safe. Sometimes on Saturdays, when I'm free, I even take them outside to wash them and dry them. Oh, more things are so expensive right now that anything I can, keep properly or keep well, my dear, I do. So yeah, this is ogiri. The Igbos call it ogiri. So let me just show you guys the ingredients properly. Okay, what you see me bringing out here is fish. Yeah, look at that, look at those fish. Okay, now my darlings, let me show you guys everything properly. Okay guys, so these are basically the ingredients that I use in cooking the 3 different Nigerian soups, and you all will be seeing how I use them. Okay, so this is a periwinkle, okay, and this is ogiri. I've already shown you guys this. Okay, so I cooked Egusi soup. This is Egusi, and I also cooked okra soup and Oha Soup. Okay, my darlings, now guys, this is fresh pepper. Okay, and I used stockfish head for the 2 soups. For 2 soups, yes, I didn't use stockfish in the other soup. Okay, and this is beef, okay, that I used in making 2 soups, while I used the fish for the Oha soup. So guys, this is Oha leaf. Yes, this is what it looks like. This is Oha leaves. Okay, so I used this okazi leaf for the Egusi soup, and then the other leaf behind is ugu, which is pumpkin leaves. I got this from my farm. Okay, so guys, let's start cooking. I've shown you guys the basic ingredients. So I used the fish for the Oha soup. So my darlings, I started with steaming the meat, okay, and what you see me doing here is I'm cutting the onions. Right after cutting the onions, I rinsed it with water, then before cutting it, and then I added it to the pot. And guys, I also added seasoning cubes and salt, for taste, okay, before steaming the meat, as you can see here, but though I didn't show when I added the seasoning cubes and salt. So right here the meat is steaming. And guys, there's one more thing I'll share with you guys. I also steam isam, which is the periwinkle, okay. And if you've been watching my cooking videos before now, you already know that I always wash stockfish head with hot water, and I've already explained why I do that in a video I did just for washing of protein, animal proteins. I will drop the link to that video in the description box. It's an interesting video, okay guys. So here I'm washing the okra, but my darlings, while I was cutting the okra, Oga called for food. Okay, he said he was hungry. Am I done cooking the food? My darlings, food that I just started cooking. I've not even prepped everything down. I was just cutting the okra before he called for food. But then again, thank God I had plantain pepper soup in the freezer. My darlings, I have a video of the day I prepared this plantain pepper soup. The day I welcomed my sister-in-law to my house. Yeah, so I'll also drop the link to that video in the description box so that you guys will see how I prepared this pepper soup. If you've not watched the video before, so you can see how I prepared this. So right after dishing the food, I feel like laughing because of the way he called out for the food. So yeah, right after dishing the food, I served him his food, so he will eat while he waits for the fresh one that that I'm cooking, okay. Yeah, so me too, I had to eat whole so that I will use clear eye to cook the food. So I dished just 2 pieces of plantain for myself, and see me enjoying. So after that, after eating, I continued, okay. Right now my eyes were, at this point my eyes were clear, as in I could see properly right now. Okay, so I, finished with the okra and started with the fish. But guys, I didn't film to the end because it was messy. Cleaning up this fish is messy. So yeah, I pounded onions and pepper together, but I didn't add crayfish in this one. Reason because I'd already grinded the egusi with crayfish and okazi leaf with crayfish as well, so I don't want the crayfish to be too much. So the cooking has started. Yeah, so I made the 2 soups first. I made egusi soup and okra soup first. Now my darlings, let me tell you guys how I prepare egusi soup and why I prepare egusi soup this way. See, I don't like seeing lumps in egusi soup. I do not like it, okay. So it takes patience to prepare a lumpless egusi soup, okay. So what you see me doing here is I'm frying the egusi soup, and meanwhile my darlings, the okra is small for the amount of soup I want to make, so I had to add a little bit of ogbono that I already have in the house, grinded ogbono, okay. So yeah, I continued frying the egusi. It takes, like I said earlier, it takes patience. It takes patience to make very smooth, nice egusi soup. So I fried and fried and fried and fried, and after frying, I added water to the pots, to the both pots. Okay, yeah. It takes a lot of stirring. I didn't mention that before. It takes a lot of stirring after adding water, okay, to also avoid lumps, okay. Yeah, so I stirred and stirred and stirred and stirred and stirred and stirred and stirred. That is one thing about egusi soup. You have to stir and stir if you do not want the egusi soup to have lumps, okay. Yeah, so right now I'm adding the stockfish. I soaked this stockfish in that hot water for a while before washing the stockfish, but at this point it was soft, okay. So I added the stockfish to the egusi soup and also to the okra soup pot. Okay, at this point I've not put the okra. Okay, so yes, so I added the steamed meat to the egusi soup, and then I also added the steamed meat to the okra soup pot. Okay, my darlings. Okay, so right now I'm adding the okra to the okra soup pot. Okay, guys, remember I'm cooking 2 soups at the same time, so I have to indicate on each pot. Okay, so yeah, that's the isam, the periwinkle shell that I just added to the okra soup pot. So I'm adding dry smoked catfish to the egusi soup. Okay, right after adding the catfish, I added isam. Okay, my darlings, at this point the both soups were already cooked. Okay, so the leaves were the last things I added to the soups. Okay, what you just saw me add to the okra soup is pumpkin leaves. So here I'm adding the grinded okazi leaves. Remember, guys, I've already mentioned earlier that I grinded this okazi with crayfish. Okay, so at this point the both soups were ready. See the way it looks like I cooked these soups in less than 10 minutes. My darlings, remember this video is on speed, so I had to talk according to the speed of the video so that everything will go in line. Okay, my darlings, so just take a good look at the face of these soups. Look at the egusi and the okra soup. It looks amazing. I mean, they both look inviting, right? So yeah, one more thing, guys, I had to fry mackerel fish to add to the okra soup. I mean, these were the last set of mackerel fish I had in the house, so yes, I just quickly fried them and added to the okra soup. Yes. Now this is the third soup, the making of the third soup, let me put it that way. So what you see me doing here is I was just frying the onions and pepper that I pounded together, just like I did for the okra and egusi soup. Okay, so yes, at this point I had to pound the native cocoyam. Okay, my darlings, I've made I think like 2 or 3 videos of me pounding cocoyams. Okay, of course I boiled it first, it got soft, then before pounding it, and then now I'm adding it to the pot. Okay, and then this is ogiri. Yeah, I also added the ogiri to the pot, and at this point the soup was already thick, as you can see, before I started adding the fish, okay, to the soup. This is one of the easiest soup. Okay, so that was why I made this particular soup last. Okay, so right after adding the fish, the next thing I added was the isam. I mean, before I added the fish, it was already thick. Okay, so after adding the isam, I added the oha leaves, which was actually the last item I added to the soup. And after adding the oha leaves, I allowed it to cook for like a few seconds. I mean, for the oha aroma. Oh my god, for the lovers of oha soup, you know what I mean. Okay, for the oha aroma, okay, to sink in properly, okay, before turning off the gas. Now, my darlings, look at this fish. Ooh, look at the face of this soup. Ooh, I love oha soup. Oha soup is one of my best soups. Okay, but this was specially made for hobby. Okay, now, my darlings, the 3 soups are ready. Becky the mommy, I mean, cooked by Becky the mommy. My darlings, I mean, when you cook like this, it saves. Okay, let me personalize it. When I cook like this, it saves me time in the kitchen. Like, I don't have to go to the kitchen all the time to prepare soup. So yeah, I'm dishing my husband food. But my darlings, at this point I was completely exhausted. I mean, I was so tired. Okay, so after dishing his soup, he chose to eat okra soup. Okay, yeah, so after dishing the soup for him, I served him his soup. Now, my darlings, take a good look at the face of this soup. You guys know I like hailing my soups, right? My darlings, pardon me if you've noticed I always hail my soups. I mean, it's not easy standing for hours cooking, okay? So allow me to praise myself. So my darlings, at this point I served my man his food, okay, and then brought his water later on, okay. So yeah, here I'm dishing the soups in the bowls to store them in the freezer. So for the next 3 weeks I'm saved from cooking soups, okay. The next day I made stew and prepped beans for the week. Guys, I would put those videos in another vlog, so please, if at this point you haven't turned on notification bell, please do turn it on, okay, so you don't get to miss each time I drop a new video or each time I upload a new video. Okay, my darlings, thank you very much for watching. Please do not forget to like my video, okay, and I would love to see you in the next one.